How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're back on our Should You Buy series, and today we're going to be talking about Wild Survivors. And of course, if you want to pre-order your boxes or singles of Wild Survivors, head over to tier0games.com, use code GALZO5. It really supports the channel, and yeah, you'll get your boxes right on time to open the set. And now we're going to try to answer the question, should you buy Wild Survivor? Before we begin, make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel as always, and we're going to start off by talking about probably the only relevant archetype out of this set. And I know a lot of times deck building sets, those are the sets that actually have like the rares or as commons and collector rares. They don't do really well, but recently they've done okay. We had Amazing Defenders that introduced Pearly and Mechanicos. We also had Tactical Masters, which introduced Runic and, of course, Labyrinth. So now we're continuing on with Wild Survivor, and the first archetype is going to be Vanquish Soul. So Vanquish Soul is an archetype based around, like, you know, tagging out of fighters when you're playing like a Tekken or a Mortal Kombat game, where you tag out, you bring in another fighter into the fight, and that's where the name comes from as well. The abbreviation of Vanquish Soul is actually VS, which is versus. And the archetype is probably the strongest one in the set. It is managing to top quite consistently back in the OCG, and it's a deck that doesn't really do anything in particular. The whole vibe of the deck is just tagging out of monsters on the field, special summoning other ones from the hand, and basically getting to a boss monster that can be unaffected when you have like enough cards in your hand. You have the Kaiser boss that is unaffected when you have 3 attributes in the hand, I think, and you just sit on that. It also has a very strong Link 1, and I think we all know that Link 1s are just like busted inherently. And this also has the tag where it cannot be used as Link material because they already know it's too busted. The Link 1 is exceptionally strong because it can special summon a card or add a card from the deck to the hand, which is pretty insane, and also has protection because it cannot be attacked because your opponent can only attack the monster with the highest attack on your field. It has 7 ultra rare slots in the set. 7. Usually the number is between 3 to 4. 4 is like a very successful archetype. 7 ultra rares, which is absolutely crazy. This is how little belief they had in the other archetypes. Basically, I think I'm wondering what this deck is going to do, because it doesn't hold like a very cohesive strategy. It's like very simple mechanics of controlling the board, gaining card advantage, bouncing back and forth, and like just controlling the board with a big unaffected monster that can just pop things. And this is basically what it does. It also has a few reprints attached to it with There Can Be Only One, because this deck definitely can run There Can Be Only One because all of the types are different. And there's also Power Formation Tanky in a rare, which is definitely pretty cool. The other sort of archetype that this set has is Dinos. They're called Tricentosaurus, and there are a series of Fusion and Xyz and a Synchro Monster that all have some effects that are definitely pretty mid, that work with normal monsters, and specifically normal dinosaur monsters at that. They really want you to play that vanilla ice dinosaur from way back when. I think what's really cool about the dinosaur stuff in Wild Survivor is not actually the new cards, but the reprints. This set has pretty much an entire dinosaur core in rare, so now playing dinos, even though they sort of kind of suck, I guess, it's going to be really cheap because there's an entire core here. Every card that you need, from Lost World, Double Evolution Peel to UCT, Oviraptor, Miscellaneousaurus, baby, everything is a rare in the set. This also came with a reprint of Lithosagem that was just released, I think, to 3 in one of the recent ban lists, so that kind of synergizes as well. And then there's a pretty good card in the set, the only ultra rare that this archetype actually got, which is Ground Xeno, and this card is very good. It can add a dinosaur, normal monster, or tuner from your deck to your hand, and then destroy a card. And you know that dinosaurs work really well when they're destroyed. This is the whole strategy, and it can also fusion summon from the graveyard. The really cool part is the reprints. You can pick up a box and get a full dino core, which I think has a lot of value. And then the last archetype is going to be Nouvelle, and I think this is a pretty cool, funny meme archetype that Konami was working on, and they started it off with revealing that Hungry Burger, the ritual monster from I think it was Metal Raiders or Magic Ruler or something like that, got a retrain, and it didn't actually got a retrain, it just got support with a card that if you summon it, banishes all card your opponent controls, which is kind of crazy. But overall, Nouvelle is a ritual archetype where the theme is around changing courses or a meal in a restaurant. So you have your menu card, you have your restaurant card, and then you have your dishes and your recipes where the ritual monsters just, tag out and continue putting more ritual monsters on the board, just like you would in an actual meal in a restaurant, which is cool. But I think this is overall like a 4-card combo kind of strategy. Super weak. Possibly somebody's going to find a way to maybe make it work with some other ritual strategies. We have Drytrons, we have of course Cyber Angel Benton, which is a very strong card just in general, Diviner of the Herald, and of course Mechanicos, which kind of work well with this as well because of the ritual synergy. Then it also has some reprints, which are the Incantations. I don't know how playable those are. We haven't seen those in a while, but they got reprints here, so I think that's a big plus because those cards haven't been reprinted, I think, in a while. And then we have more preparation reprints. We already had preparations of Right, and I think it was Amazing Defenders. Now we're getting those again, and also pre-preparation of Right, which is a very good reprint as well. Then to round out the set, we do have some nice reprints. Overall, I think deck building sets do really well when it comes to the reprints. So we have both viruses. We have the Eradicator and the Deck Devastation virus. We know that a lot of trap decks play those. Maybe you can play that in something like Vanquish Soul because it has a big dark monster. That definitely makes sense. And Enemy Controller, really, really good one as well. Probably in a collector. I don't think it was revealed yet, but I'm guessing it's going to be a collector rare. And then Allure of Darkness, which I was really confused at because it doesn't really work with any of the strategies within the set, so we're gonna have to see. Maybe that also has a collector rare as well. So to answer the question, should you buy this set Wild Survivors? I think that it's gonna be a little bit weird. There's nothing really special about this set. The Vanquish Soul cards are all ultras, so basically you get a box. If you get like 4 ultras in a box, then you possibly get like 3 of them to be Vanquish Soul cards because there's not a lot of other ultras. But you're going to have to make a lot of them work, and you have to pull a lot in order to make the deck playable. It might be expensive. You're going to have to check Tier 0 games and hopefully get your 5% off when you order the singles. But I think that if you're looking for something like Dinos to build, right, you can pick up a box. They're going to be pretty cheap, like the sealed box. Get a whole load of staples, and this is what I love about deck building sets. You can just pick up a box and stock up on play sets of every staple. You're going to get a playset of Tenki, Tikaboo, the viruses, Enemy Controller, Allure of Darkness, the pre-prep cards, and of course all of the rares in the set, which in turn is basically a Dino core. So take it as you will, and I hope this makes the decision a little bit easier. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this set. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe. We're on the way to 10K. And of course, if you do want to pick up some awesome looking sleeves, Sleeve Chief just dropped their new One Piece mini collection. It looks really, really good. So if you're a One Piece fan or just need to stock up on some new accessories, check out the affiliate link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.